Good morning, friends. It is 10:03 and it's Wednesday, and today we are back with another live video for you guys. Last week I did my first live video with the makeup school, and hello! And you guys requested for me to do this week tips or tricks that you can use when you wear glasses. So I figured that's what I would do today, and I'm so excited. Sorry for those of you who might have been waiting for me to hop on at exactly 10 o'clock. I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm here now and I'm glad you guys are already on. So again, this week's video is going to be tips and tricks for glass wearers. So I'm so excited. So the products that I'm going to be mentioning are not like key, but the idea behind it, and you can tweak it to how it works for you. But I'm going to be using and showing the tips and tricks based off of like what works for my glasses. So the first thing I want to talk about, I do have some makeup on, but I'm going to walk through a few steps that I would do differently if you were to wear glasses. The first thing being, this is actually an eye primer. It's by Smashbox. You guys can screenshot it here if you want to. That would probably be something for later you can look into. But this is a 24-hour eyeshadow primer, and it actually obviously is meant for the eyes. But as an artist myself, I use it on the eyes and through the brows to like seal everything in, and it makes it so waterproof. But my favorite thing about this is when it comes out, it's actually clear. It doesn't have any tint to it. So when I know I have to wear my glasses, I'll actually take a little bit of this eye primer and I will actually put it where my glasses are gonna sit. And what this does for me is it makes it so that my glasses don't slip and slide. Game changer. It's so good. So I actually just put it on, and I do have foundation on, but it goes right in over top of where the foundation is, and it's not gonna do anything to your foundation. It will just, hi Chelsea, it will just make it really, really tacky. So I kind of just get it over the whole area where I'm going to wear my glasses. And as it's drying, I can feel that now it's starting to get really tacky, which is exactly what we want. So there, it's like real sticky. Because obviously eyeshadow primer has a different consistency than the face primer would. So when I go in now and put glasses on, you guys, it literally just stuck in place. It gripped the whole thing. Like, it's not coming off until I actually pull them off. And I'm sorry, my glasses are so dirty. But it actually makes it really sticky. So now they're not gonna slide or move. It stays in place. So again, just for you guys hopping on, 24-hour shadow primer from Smashbox. It's amazing, super nice and tacky. It's this guy, so make sure you screenshot it so you can look into it later. So good. Again, it comes out clear, so it doesn't matter what skin tone you are, it will work for you. So that is my first trick. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is if you are nearsighted, which means if you're watching this and you don't really know what that means, if your prescription glasses, when you put them on, if your glasses make your, like the lens of your prescription, if it makes your eyeballs look smaller or appear smaller, it would be, or if you were nearsighted and you can't see like up close very well, what I recommend most of my clients to do is I always recommend them having travel size brushes. And I think travel size brushes get really looked over. Like, they think you can only use travel size brushes when you're traveling. But you guys, if you can't see up close, or you have to get really close to the mirror to be able to see, I highly recommend my clients getting travel size brushes, because now you're gonna be able to hold the mirror a lot closer, and the end of the brush is not going to be hitting the actual mirror. So now you're gonna be able to see a lot closer in detail of what you're doing. This is obviously not a face brush, but when you apply it, you're gonna be able to see a lot closer. So that is another trick for you guys. And I know these are like really minor things, but they make a huge difference for people who do have to wear glasses. So get you some travel brushes for face or eyes, and then you can still see up close and not have to interfere with a long, normal size brush. Number 3, I always tell my clients, make sure that you actually curl your lashes. I feel like for me, I have pretty long lashes, and there's nothing more annoying when you're wearing your glasses and you have them where you want, and the ends of your lashes are like touching the entire the lens, and they're like coating all day long. And then I feel like my lenses also get really dirty. So I highly recommend in making sure that you have a lash curler that you like, which by the way, if you have a lash curler that you enjoy, could you like let us know in the comments here, because I have never found one that I truly love, but I do like this one. I just don't love it. This is the Tweezerman lash curler, but just make sure you have a lash curler, and I highly recommend having a volumizing mascara and not something that's more focused towards lengthening. I prefer something volumizing because then it usually just makes them a lot thicker, the lashes, than it would be so long. So I actually love this. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. And this guy is really, really, really good at volumizing the lashes. So I would highly recommend using that. I'm going to pop just a little bit on. But do you guys actually have a favorite lash curler? Because I would love to know what you like. And I have heard really good things about the Shiseido has one, a lash curler. And I would love to try it. So have any of you already tried it? Because I would love to know. But I'm just going to throw on a quick coat of mascara. Again, this is more volumizing than it is lengthening, and I love it. So then they're just going to look really full from the root. And now when I apply my lashes or my glasses, they're not going to be touching the actual lens on the inside and causing them to be really dirty throughout the day. So the other thing I wanted to mention, tip number 4, is when you're wearing glasses, it's pretty normal that depending on what lighting you're in, obviously I'm sitting in front of 2 soft boxes that you can see in my reflection here, but they will sometimes cause, depending on the size of your glasses, they'll cause shadows underneath the eye. So I have foundation on, I don't have concealer or anything on, but you guys, I would highly recommend having corrector underneath the eyes so that there's no darkness or accentuated darkness underneath the eyes. So I use a little palette from Graftobian. It looks like this. It has a lot of correctors in it. And I would highly recommend, if you already suffer from a little bit of darkness underneath the eyes, to make sure that you do correct. So I will use peach for my skin tone, just to make sure that underneath my eye is really bright. And this will just make it through the lens, and when you're looking through the glasses and when someone's looking back at you, it will be still bright and open, because glasses do tend to have, like, they cause that darkness. I'm gonna read your guys' comments. Do you guys focus on glam and bridal makeup or Halloween and scary makeup? Actually, we do both. So when it gets closer to the time of year, we actually do classes. That's not what I teach, but there are classes that you can attend or be a part of that are much more scary, if you will. Like, they are very, like last year we did mummies, monsters. It's really cool. But yes, we do things like that. We do both. Glam and bridal. Yeah. So yeah, I am the teacher for bridal. I have a bridal business in Portland. So I actually teach bridal business. So yes, we do glam and bridal and scary and Halloween too. Yes. That's a great question. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of this brightener corrector and put it underneath this eye. And then just make sure that everything is nice and blended, obviously. But the main focus here is that everything underneath your eye is really open, because in certain natural lighting, it might cause a little darkness underneath the eyes. So that is my next trick. And so number 5. Oh, yes. So if your prescription lenses make your eyes appear smaller, so when you're wearing your glasses, if your eyes look smaller through the lens just because of what your prescription is, I highly recommend using a skin tone colored eyeliner instead of a black or brown, because a skin tone eyeliner or a white eyeliner is going to make the eye appear larger. So through the lens, when you're looking, when you have your glasses on, if you wear black or brown, it kind of like closes the eye already. And then when you're wearing glasses that actually make your eyes through the prescription lens smaller, it like intensifies that smallness. So this is an Urban Decay, like their 24/7, just their skin tone color eyeliner. So I like to wear this on the days that I know I have to wear glasses. And I know I'm going to be asked later, do you actually wear prescription lenses? I do, but sometimes I also wear glasses just for fun too. So this would only matter really for the ones who have prescription that might make your eyes appear smaller. But I love this trick. So I'm just going to pop this in my waterline. And it just like opens everything up. especially again if you have that kind of that prescription lens. I'm a graduate this year and I'm trying to figure out what cosmetology school to go to for college. Oh my gosh, yes. So I went to Bella Institute and I loved it. I really loved it. I think the teachers there are super great. But are you looking for an advanced license, or do you just want or are you talking about makeup school maybe? Sorry, I'm not sure. Do you have suggestions for high quality travel size brushes? Ooh, I actually really do. Bobbi Brown has a few. I think you can still get them on her website. They're really, really good quality. The other brand that I do enjoy for travel size brushes is actually IT Cosmetics. I don't think I have here with me. I don't have their travel size brushes, but I do have them on another location that I have. So IT Cosmetics, good travel size brushes. And I also would recommend Bobbi Brown has some too. But if you guys find something you really love, I would love to know. I'm always learning new products at all times. So that is my 5th tip. And then number 6 is match your eyeliner to the size of your frame. This I feel like is pretty opinionated, but I figured I would just throw it in here just to give you guys like a rough estimate for those of you who want to hear my opinion. But what I'm saying is, like, when you're wearing your actual glasses, sometimes when people wear eyeliner on the top of their eye, they're always like, should I make it thick? Should I make it thinner? Should it have a wing? Should it not? I feel like that can determine, you can make that decision based off of what size your lens is. So for me, if I were to apply top liner on the top of my lid, I would want to make it like a nice mid-size and maybe like a kitten wing, because these kind of come up just a little bit to a point. They're not super square. But if you wore, I don't own any, but if you had like those, just the wire rim, I feel like for personal preference, I think thinner liner looks better. So the thinner your frame, the thinner the liner, it kind of like balances itself out. Otherwise, you're just looking at one or the other, which meaning you might be just looking at a thick frame or a thin frame, or like super thick liner and then everything else is really thin. That's just my 2 cents. So take it as you will. Obviously, that is just kind of what I think. I think it looks better when you just match your liner to the frame. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. And you're so welcome. Makeup is the main thing I'm interested in, and I know in cosmetology school you have to go through everything. I'm just not sure what college yet. Yes, so I went to Bella Institute. We did talk about makeup in that class, but I feel like most cosmetology schools, they don't go into depth about makeup. So I feel like the Art of Makeup school is obviously a great option. I love it. I actually went to Art of Makeup as well many years ago, but and now I'm one of the teachers there. But I am fully licensed, and I went to Bella Institute and I loved it. But I know that there's like a few others, but I don't know in the Portland area what options you have. What city are you from, by the way? Hello. But hopefully that right there gives you guys some ideas about wearing glasses. I feel like the eyeshadow primer right here, because you guys, it's so sticky. It's so sticky still. I love it. And as long as you don't like set it with powder or anything, you don't need to. You can just set this eyeshadow primer right where you wear your glasses and it will stay tacky all day long. I'm in Milwaukee. Oh yeah, you should definitely look into the Art of Makeup school. You can also like email us and we can send you some information. The school is currently not opened. We're just doing everything Zoom-wise. So stay tuned when we open, because I'm sure that we would love to give you a tour too. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you guys have any suggestions for what you would like to see next week as well, I will be live again here on the Art of Makeup School page. If you have a suggestion of what you'd like to see me talk about next week, then just be sure to let us know. Oh, I see a comment. I have astigmatism. Sorry, it's always hard for me to pronounce that word. And I do really well putting eyeliner on one eye, but not the other. Any tips? Okay, so it really is like so tough, but I would definitely say look into, like IT Cosmetics has really good brushes that are travel size, because I feel like it is so hard to be able to hold a mirror really close and be able to see the detail if you obviously can't see. So I would look into different brushes. And I also feel like for me, I work one eye at a time, and I know it's like really, hi Leslie, it's really hard to be able to match everything perfectly, but The other good thing about wearing glasses is sometimes you can fake it till you make it. Like, depending on where your like frame comes, like it almost comes to the top of my eyeballs here. So you wouldn't be able to see liner perfectly, but I know that doesn't really help you, but practice. And I do prefer a hand mirror, something like this, when I'm doing liner, for myself at least, because I feel like I can make the mirror move to where my hand needs to be instead of making my hand move where the mirror needs to be. Does that make sense, hopefully? So get you a hand mirror for sure. So have a hand mirror, move the mirror to where you need to be able to see and not your hand. Make sure your hand is where you're comfortable doing liner. That also helps. And I know these are minor things, but all these little minor things really add up to feeling like you can get it correctly. But thank you guys so much for popping on. I love doing these. Again, if you guys have any recommendations for next week, what you would like to see, just be sure to let us know and I will be sure to do that. I will be back. Oh, good. Yay. I will be back next week, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will see you guys there. Thanks for hopping on.